guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. Black had finished with the lives of Vegeta and Trunks in a few seconds, while Goku had been able to knock out Jiren along with Beerus, the most powerful god among the 12. Not enough with this, he was able to finish with Frieza. Goku would continue exchanging blows with both Guardians, which were putting him in some trouble. At that moment, Black would repeat again what he had said a few minutes ago. "Will no one be able to face me? Then I'll choose my opponents." Black at that precise moment had launched himself against all 12 angels. That's right, Black had created a scythe of energy directed at all the angels. "Angels, attack position! Finish with that damn Saiyan." The 12 Guardian Angels had placed themselves in battle pose, to be ready to face Black. At that precise moment, all the angels launched themselves against Black, but to everyone's surprise, Black was dodging each of their blows. However, it was becoming very complicated. At that moment, a big explosion was felt in the whole kingdom out of nowhere. That's right, Goku had created a big explosion to send both Guardians to fly, since Goku was in trouble. "Wow, it seems they're worthy of fighting against 45% of my power." Goku at that moment increased his power a little more, and at an incredible speed, he had sent them both to fly with a few blows. However, the Guardians would not be left behind. "Duel Divine Annihilator!" At that moment, one of the Guardians sent Goku flying with a great blow, while the other began to charge a great attack, being even more powerful when the second Guardian had increased the destructive power of the attack. "Apparently, they've ended the life of my friend Goku, but it was the best thing for the 12 universes. So the power that he was giving off was negative in its totality." After the smoke dissipated, everyone was able to observe Goku, who had stopped it with one hand, leaving both Guardians surprised, including Dai Shinken. "Son Goku's power is big enough to take on both Guardians. It won't be easy at all to take these guys down. They've been good opponents, but they're not able to give me a real battle." Goku at that moment would move at lightning speed, cutting the heads of both Guardians in a matter of seconds. Goku at that moment would appear in front of Dai Shinken. "You're the one I want to fight with. I want to see for myself how incredible your power is said to be." Goku at that moment would direct a great fist to Dai Shinken, which was able to stop him. All the gods as well as the angels had rejoiced since their last hope had entered the battlefield. Dai Shinken at that moment would grant him a great blow, sending him to fly to hundreds of mountains around him. At that moment that Goku recovered, he would feel a great pain in all his face, since that's where Dai Shinken had granted him a great blow. "I know it'll be a difficult battle, but I know I'm capable of defeating you, mortal." "We won't know until that fight happens." Meanwhile, with the battle of Black against the Angels, Black was a little hurt, but on the part of the Angels had already fallen 8 of them, leaving only 4. At that time, Black, to realize the power of Dai Shinken even exceeded the power of Dai Shinken at that time, Black began to take the battle much more seriously, being able to kill 2 more of them. That's right, Black had finished with a large sphere of energy, but at that moment he noticed that Vados and Whis were still standing. "We won't let you interrupt our father's battle. We know that Mr. Goku's much more powerful than you. If the 2 of you face him, it'll be a problem." "You're right. Kakarot's much more powerful than me, but that doesn't mean you won't be able to stop me. Watch this." Black at that moment began to increase his power in an incredible way. Lightning fell all over the place. That's right, the power of an extremely powerful being had appeared again. Black in that instant had accessed the Super Saiyan Phase 4 Rose, leaving everyone surprised. "Do you think you can face me with this power?" "I doubt it, since they don't possess the necessary key to make even a scratch on me, and I'll leave them with proof of my power." Black at that moment would teleport, appearing behind both angels, which were the most powerful. Regardless of this, Black began to humiliate them in an incredible way. Returning to the battle of Goku and Dai Shinken, the battle seemed to be very even. However, the power of Dai Shinken at every moment was becoming much bigger. While Goku was already using all his power, Dai Shinken at that moment, in one of his fingers, would create a large sphere of energy. At that moment of throwing it, it would become a giant sphere. Goku would try to stop it, but it had become useless. Goku was involved in that great explosion.
Black at the moment had been able to end the lives of both angels, and in the same way he was surprised to not feel the ki of Kakarot. Dai Shinken would return to observe him in an intimidating way, and without mediating words, began to give him a beating to Black.
If Son Goku wasn't able to beat me, you won't be able to do anything to me. Kakarot, are you dead? This is the only beginning of our revenge.
Dai Shinken, who was massacring Black at that moment, he realized that the whole kingdom from nothing would start to shake in an incredible way. At that moment, a great light would appear in front of everyone, and in the same way, you could see a Goku, which seemed to be in its base state, but something different, with the color of his eyes, which were an intimidating gray. Goku at that moment would observe Dai Shinken massacring Black, and at a speed that no one was able to observe, he was able to give a great blow, sending Dai Shinken to fly hundreds of meters back.
Black, are you okay? Get away from here! I'll take care of that bastard!
Kakarot, is that you? How did you get that power? This is unbelievable!
Goku wouldn't say a single word. He just started to give some hits to Dai Shinken, which this time caused a lot of damage. After an exchange of blows where Dai Shinken was a little affected, Dai Shinken decided to increase his power a little more. Balancing the battle a little more, Beerus, who had already recovered thanks to the help of the other gods, was surprised to realize that Son Goku had been able to reach the Ultra Instinct. However, he had not mastered it 100% because at the time of attacking, Goku was still thinking about his movements. Beerus at that moment would observe how Black was recovering his energy.
I must not give time to the bastard to recover. If he does it, he'll be the end of us all. Even if I have to sacrifice myself for the 12 universes, I'll do it.
Beerus at that very moment would launch an attack against Black, starting to fight in a very even battle. Since Black at the time of fighting with Dai Shinken had decreased too much with his battle level, not having the overwhelming power of before. Meanwhile with Zeno-sama, this was very nervous to realize that not even Dai Shinken was able to end the life of Son Goku.
Hell, if I don't do something, that miserable mortal will end my life. I must do something right now. Must not allow him to become more powerful.
The battle between the two continued. However, when Black began to take a little advantage, all the 11 remaining gods had joined the battle.
We're not beings of low power that you could just ignore. We're destroyer gods. Between all of us, we'll finish you off. Thanks, brother. I owe you one.
At that moment, a great energy of destruction was approaching Black. That's right, 6 of the gods had launched that great attack with the intention of ending Black's life once and for all. However, the powerful Black was stopping the great energy in an incredible way. Black at that moment was able to throw it to the sky where it exploded. At that moment, the 12 gods were launched against Black. Although their blows were not so powerful, they were able to do considerable damage by hitting in the same place for a few times.
Damn it, these bastards will finish me off. I can't do anything.
Meanwhile, with Goku, both were much more evenly matched. However, Goku in his mind would listen to his evil side, as his Kakarot would have been manifested.
Goku, it's me, the sadistic, cold, murderous, cruel part of your whole being. I can make you activate 100% of the state you're using.
Goku, while exchanging blows, was communicating with his inner part.
How would you be able to do this? And why would I trust you? You're me, and I'm you. If you die, I'll die too. So what we do is to go back and be a being of one like we were born. Okay, if it makes my power increase, I'll do it, because I have to help Black.
Understood, Son Goku. Energy Vein adaptation completed. Union finalized.
Ultra Final Instinct! Ultra Perfect Instinct activated!
Goku at that moment began to fill with energy and a brightness that could be observed to Goku, with white hair leaving Dai Shinken surprised, which had felt the increase of power in Son Goku.
This can't be happening. Son Goku's power had skyrocketed. He even activated the perfect Ultra Instinct. That's practically impossible for a mortal.
Goku at that moment would give a great blow to Dai Shinken, which would leave him on the ground badly wounded, and would quickly go to where Black was, ending the lives of some gods in one move.
I have to finish with the lives of 7 god destroyers. I guess you could do something about the other 5. Don't defraud me, Black.
Goku at that moment would quickly return to great speed, and with incredible precision would be able to give a beating to Dai Shinken, which this time was not able to do anything against the Saiyan that had exceeded its limits.
It seems that I have no choice but to invoke the demon god Demigra. If I don't do it, this bastard will kill everyone, including me.
Zeno-sama at that moment began to recite a very old ritual which only Dai Shinken understood.
Don't do it, Zeno-sama. If this Saiyan doesn't kill us, the demon god will. You must bet everything. My friend Goku's not the same as before.
At that moment, a pentagram would form all over the kingdom out of nowhere. Nothing out of the ordinary is happening. That's right, the powerful Demigra, after millions of years, was just waking up. Goku, without giving it importance, would continue fighting with Dai Shinken. However, with only 3 minutes of the battle, Goku was about to give one of his final blows, just as Black was about to end the life of the god of Beerus. At that moment, both were dragged to the ground by a pressure which brought everyone to their knees.
What? Why can't you move me?
What's going on? Is this pressure even higher than the pressure of the king at all?
At that moment, everyone would be surprised to observe a strange being.
Gods and Supreme Angel Dai Shinken, we meet again after millions of years, but this time I'm here to help you, so don't worry.
Demigra would return to observe both subjects, and at that moment, lightning began to fall all over the place as Demigra was increasing his power a little.
What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.
Track